Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the words of the Chazon Ish, Emunah Mitachin, and he says like this: "V'yoyse kasher lahamim b'dinei mamonos, kasher hu nechaz b'sach im chaveroi." Very difficult for a person to believe in the monetary laws when he's entangled himself in a dispute with his friend. Shekol tzava midos mesuchos neged chaveroi, because his whole legion, his whole force of character traits is activated against his friend. He doesn't see any fault within himself. He gets in some kind of dispute with somebody else. He sees the faults in the other person's logic and reasoning and arguments, but in himself he doesn't see that. And the Yetzer Hara continues to strengthen itself over him and turn him around in all directions. The Sami Einov, to blind his eyes, Ulahate Maznov, to deafen his ears, Uliashe Beinov Kaladurim, and it makes all of his crookedness straight in his eyes, which means a person can be so fooled by the Yetzer Hara and the things that are going on around him, so much he doesn't want to acknowledge and recognize the faults and the mistakes and the obligations that he has, so he makes his eyes blind, he seals off his ears, and everything that is crooked, he makes it look like it's yasha, like it's straight in his eyes, which means that he actually believes that the crookedness that he is going in, that pathway, is correct and yasha and straight. His heart will only be subjugated to recognize the truth of the Torah and see the fault for himself, when he makes his nights like days, by spending them to learning and clarifying the law, and weighing out the judgment in the right way. Only if such a person will end up learning and push other things away from them, will they be able to come to the emes, to the truth. They have to study the works of the Mefarshim, the commentaries, and the halachic authorities. They identified us. What is the derech HaTorah, the path of Torah, Shebal Peh, of the oral Torah, Harchava Minei Yam, which is broader than the entirety of the sea. Hayigia Zois, when a person toils in Torah in that way, he teris biyada, it becomes like a shield in one's hand. Keneged ha'is charus shel bnei adam ve'avas ha'chamas. It becomes like a shield in one's hand, which goes against the rivalry that exists between people and against the love of chamas, of robbery that people have. People don't mind walking away with extra money if it doesn't cost them a penny. Umanchilo leba'alei ha'avos ha'mishpat u'segulas ha'tzedek, and he gives over to its possessor of love, the law and the special quality of justice. Meaning, when a person learns in the right way, suddenly they become someone that appreciates justice and halacha. And that is much more precious to him than any amount or fortune of money. Says the Chazon Ish, if you want, in fact, to allow the intellect and the halacha to rule over you and not the emotional world where you're going to make mistakes, so then you've got to be very strong in the toiling and the effort that you expend in the Torah to understand things better and clearer, and that itself will become so desired by you, it'll be much greater and much more precious than any love of fortune or money that a person might have. Have a wonderful day.